How SSBC humiliates President Kia for 25,000. Unfulfilled promise impels Managing Director and his close circle to mortify Kia for money. Africa Intelligence, February 15, 2023. You are such a hardworking journalist. Keep up the good work. I have something for you after this function, President Kia promises SSBC reporter Mayan Rayamyok at the road opening ceremony in Tarakika. The managing director of the state-owned broadcaster, James Magog Silim, Mayan Rayamyok, his personal aide and a reporter connived with one Augustino Albino Agok, a national security officer posted to the South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation in a deal that exposed the president in sickly appearance wetting himself while standing attentively for the national anthem at the launch of Juba Tarakika Highway. Highly placed sources have revealed to the Africa Intelligence how Kenyan bloggers scrambled to obtain the clip from SSBC management and agents, including the fourth individual who got sidelined after the video sale. The informer narrated the goings-on surrounding the president's public gaffe. It's only an SSBC three-person understanding born out of an undelivered promise President Kia had made to one journalist, Mayan Rayamyok, whom he met on the road that day. Lack of cooperation by the president's office to release funds for live coverage pushed the three individuals to shame President Kia in revenge. A day before the video was sold, the SSBC managing director, known as Magog Silim, and senior reporter Mayan Rayam visited the office of the president and met James Dengwal Asin, who's said to be a senior official of Kia State House. The duo told Mr. Wal Asin they were there for President Kia's promise to the TV reporter during the opening of Juba Tarakika Road. Conversely, Dengwal Asin said he wasn't aware of such promise. The SSBC managing director further requested if he may meet the president but was outrightly denied access. Mr. Silim and the reporter then sought the help of the roads minister, Eng Majok Majak, to intervene, knowing well that the official was present when Kia encountered the journalist in Tarakika. That attempt also hit a snag. After failing to secure a meeting with the president through his office, the trio decided to sell the unpleasant video clip for money. This happened in a span of 2 days. The video showing President Kia micturating on himself was recorded in Tarakika at the opening of the highway. Immediately after the wetting spectacle, President Kia's protection whisked him out to a private lodge in Tarakika, where he changed into a dark blue African outfit and returned to the function. It's at this point that Rayamyok, the SSBC scribe, informed his boss James Magog and the security officer at the national radio and TV about the predicament. Journalist Rayam would then tell his TV bosses that a video journalist called Mustafa Osman was en route to Juba from Tarakika with the video. Fast forward, the presidential motorcade drove out of Tarakika the same day and proceeded to Awiriol County to commission the Awiriol-Rumbek Road, a project under El Gazol Highway construction. At exactly 4:30 p.m. Juba time, Mustafa Osman, the cameraman, arrived at SSBC station with the footage and rushed to the national security agent who ordered him from Tarakika to urgently deliver the video to the office. Communications obtained in confidence from the state broadcaster revealed the video journalist had boarded a convoy of Central Equatoria Governor to Juba, following the pressure from SSBC management and security. The national security officer, Augustino Albino Agok, asked Mustafa Osman to surrender the footage to a video editor on duty. Soon after the video was edited, those present began murmuring in harsh tones about Kia's sickly clip, and the information quickly went round the station. One reliable source with knowledge told this publication that a senior SSBC official, whom we later learned to be the director of the state-owned TV, Francis Duku Abi, along with the security officer, entered the editing room where they were shown the video clip on the iMac computer. As the two officials discussed the disturbing video, the NSS officer demanded the video be given to him in a soft copy and deleted from the editing computer. The editor and the TV director both complied and gave him the video in a Toshiba hard drive labeled Sawa Media. The NSS agent also carried away the original memory card brought from Tarakika by Mustafa Osman, the cameraman. After he took the video and deleted it from the computer, Albino Agok dashed out of the station in company of a certain gentleman named Rami Ashesh and crossed the street into Nyakurin Cultural Center, just opposite SSBC station. This paper has established that Mr. Ashesh is a video editor with SSBC, who also works for Sawa Media, whose labeled hard drive was used to carry away Kia's video clip that evening. Official documentations obtained from the Registrar of Companies at Justice Ministry in Juba indicate that Sawa Media is a company privately owned by the NSS officer, Augustino Albino Agok, currently attached to the state broadcaster, SSBC. On December 13, 2022, according to a separate revelation from the source in Nairobi, the fourth person in the deal but denied a share from the money, the managing director of SSBC James Magok Silim ordered the National Security Officer, Albino Augustino Agok, to give the soft copy of President Kia's reprehensible video to his aide Mayan Raya Myok, a TV reporter who also negotiates broadcasting costs with companies and government offices on behalf of SSBC. The security officer ordered his video editor at Sawa Media, Mr. Rami Ashesh, to transfer the video into a 4 GB memory stick that Mayan Rayam had brought to the company office at Nayakuren Cultural Center. Mayan Rayam rushed to the airport and gave the flash disk in a white envelope to a certain passenger who was traveling to Nairobi on a Kenya Airways flight. Details of the passenger, including his contacts, are withheld based on request from the source. SSBC Managing Director James Magok, who would immediately inform a cameraman in Nairobi, known as Lawrence Mwangi Thura, to pick the parcel from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Details of the passenger aboard the Kenya Airways plane were forwarded to Mr. Thura to collect the parcel containing the video. Our investigations uncovered that Lawrence Mwangi Thura is a photojournalist for South Sudan's embassy in Nairobi, working on call. A separate source in Kenya has told the Africa Intelligence that Mr. Silam, the managing director of the state television, has a Kenyan wife with children. He is widely believed to be familiar with the Kenyan media because of his past experiences as South Sudanese exiled liberation journalist during the war. James Magok permanently returned to South Sudan recently in 2016 following his appointment as managing director for SSBC in a presidential decree. With tacit approval of James Magok Silam from Juba, Mr. Mwangi Thura, the photographer who's a brother to Mr. Silim's Kenyan wife, met with undercover journalists linked to the Uncensored and Sentry. The two Western-funded investigative organizations have highly invested in obtaining valued information and files on South Sudan in recent years. This outlet can confirm that a deal was agreed between Mr. Thura and an agent of the two organizations to acquire the video at a cost of $25,000, and James Magok was to be present. Mr. Magok Silim, according to sources at SSBC, made an impromptu visit to Nairobi before the video would later surface online. Following the payment, Mr. Silim hosted his brother-in-law Mwangi Thura and a Kenyan TV personality named Francis Gachuri, who is a senior reporter and political affairs editor at Citizen TV, Nairobi. Details of Francis Gachuri's involvement remain scanty, but our informer believes that Mr. Gachuri may have played a go-between role. On December 14, the video clip showing Salva Kiir wetting his trousers started trending on all social media platforms around the world, sending shocks across South Sudan. Strangely, Juba maintained silence for a better part over the incident. Days went by without any statement from neither the South Sudanese presidency nor officials of the communication ministry. However, during a Christmas service on December 25 at a Catholic church in Juba, SSBC live broadcast was interrupted at the orders of the country's president, Salva Kiir Mayardit, who was attending the mass. A brief struggle ensued in front of the congregation between Kiir's men and the TV crew, leading to journalists' ejection from the church hall. The December church incident was followed by SSBC being barred from covering President Salva Kiir's state functions. And, instead, his press team is the only media now permitted at his events. While still in the Kenyan capital, SSBC Director General Susan Alphonse, who was acting in Mr. Selim's absence, telephoned him in Nairobi and shared with him how the TV crew were thrown out of the church. Magok Silim hurriedly left Nairobi for Juba to address the worrying standoff between the presidency and the state-owned media. Arrest of SSBC 6. Barely few days after the New Year festival, SSBC management detained 6 of their staff journalists on perceived suspicion to have leaked the video clip. The Africa Intelligence is still following this story closely to obtain a letter allegedly written by Mr. Silim seeking cooperation of the National Security Services to hold and investigate the suspected 6. While we continue to monitor these developments, we have confidently corroborated that the investigation is a red herring by the top SSBC management and the NSS officer to escape culpability. By Garang John, investigative journalist.